Hi guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name's Kaylee. Today I'm going to be testing out Fenty Beauty's Soft Lit Naturally Luminous Foundation. This one's been out for a few months. I use this on a lot of my clients at work and I love it. I love the finish. I love how it looks on, honestly, all different skin types. I don't typically love glowy luminous foundations on myself, so I am curious what I'm going to think about this on myself. Typically I go for more natural to matte finishes. I just find that they last longer on my combination skin throughout the day, so I am curious to see how this one's gonna hold up on my skin. So I'm gonna be putting it on, it's about 10 a.m. and I'm gonna have it on all day as if I were wearing it to like work or something for a full shift. And then I'll check back in with you guys later on so we can kind of see how it held up together. Before we jump into the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here as part of my YouTube family. So hit the subscribe button and let's jump into it. I've already gone ahead and prepped my skin the same way I always do. I always just use a sunscreen under my foundation. I just find that that is the best base for me personally. I'm wondering if I do end up liking this foundation, I might play around with it with different primers like smoothing primers, pore filling primers, mattifying primers to see how it works with those. But for today, I'm just gonna keep it simple and stick to my sunscreen. Sometimes I do find that glowy, luminous foundations accentuate texture a little bit more, and I do have a bit of texture on my cheeks and I'm like kind of breaking out at the moment, so I'm curious how it's going to look on those areas. But the shade I have it in is 125. I believe it was like, it's like a light neutral shade, I believe. So let's give it a try. I'm not fake tanned or anything right now, so just going with my natural skin tone. This looks pretty good. This is what it's looking like on my palette. I'm not going to start off with too much. Sometimes I pump way too many pumps of foundation. I end up wasting it. So I'm just going to start off with a little bit and we can always add more if we need to. So I'm applying with my Real Technique sponge. That's how I apply all of my complexion products. So I think that shade's pretty good. I think that matches pretty nicely actually, yeah. Blends really nicely. Yeah, like I said, I use this on a lot of clients at work. It's always like my go-to. I love their matte one and this glowy one on basically all of my clients. I've never tried the matte one. I think I might get that one soon and give that a try, because like I said, I tend to go for more matte foundations, but I did receive this one in gratis, so that was why I'm going with this one today. But yeah, I think next I'll probably end up actually just buying the matte one and trying it out. Yeah, I like how it's initially looking. I like the glowiness. It's blending really nicely. Decent coverage. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more just in the areas that I would typically put more coverage. See how we can build it up. I believe it's a buildable coverage, I think is what it claims to be. Just gonna put more on my forehead. Lays nicely. I do really like the finish of this. Like, the only reason, like I said, I don't tend to go for glowy foundations is they don't tend to last as long on my skin throughout the day. Like when I first put them on, I do really like them, but then I just find that my makeup doesn't last as long throughout the day. But I don't know, I do really like how this is looking. I like the coverage, I like the shade. I think the shade is pretty perfect. It might be a little bit lighter compared to my neck, but I'm gonna use bronzer and stuff anyway, so I feel like as a base, this is looking pretty good. But okay, so yeah, definitely a little bit lighter, but we can make it work. But I'll get nice and close so you guys can see what it's looking like. It's looking pretty good. It's not accentuating my texture any more than what other foundations do. And it blends really nicely. It has decent coverage. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Also, let me know if you have tried this foundation. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup and I'll check back in with you guys once I'm done. Okay, this is what my makeup is looking like all finished. I don't mind how it looks. There definitely is some areas where my texture is being accentuated, especially on the forehead here and then I always have texture here. I'm wondering if I set it with a like smoothing primer or something, that might fix that problem. But besides those areas, I do like how it's looking overall. I think it looks really nice and glowy and healthy. Works with the products that I've used it with. I'm also not sure how I feel about the feeling of it as well. The reason I tend to go for more matte foundations is because they feel more secure on the face, like they're set properly and I know it's gonna last for the whole day. Whereas with glowy or luminous foundations, I find that they always kind of feel a little bit heavier and feel like they might move around throughout the day and might not be properly set. So that's kind of what I'm feeling with this one. So I'm not sure. We'll see how it lasts throughout the day. The areas that I tend to notice my makeup separating and not lasting is like my chin and these areas here. So we'll see what that's looking like at the end of the day. I'm gonna leave this on all day and I'll check in with you guys right before I wash it off and we can see what it's looking like together. But so far I'm kind of just in the middle with this foundation. I'm wondering if I use certain products to properly prep my skin, if that might make a difference to how it's looking. But I'm not hating it, so I'm kind of in the middle, but I will check back in with you guys later and let you know what my final thoughts are. Okay guys, this makeup has been on my face for about 8 to 9 hours. This is what it's looking like. Like, I don't hate it. I'd say it has really good longevity. I think it does claim to be a long-lasting foundation, and I honestly would agree with that. I don't think it looks any different than it did when I did put it on. I don't think it's really moved. I think it's kind of stayed in place. So I would give it a 10 out of 10 for longevity. I'm really impressed with that. I still agree with the things I mentioned this morning with my texture. Like I said, I get texture here and I'm breaking out on my forehead at the moment as well. So I think those areas don't look the best. So I think I'm definitely gonna continue playing around with this foundation, using different primers, prepping my skin differently, and seeing if I can get it to work with those textured areas. But besides that, I think it is a really nice foundation. I think if you're someone that has combo to drier skin, you'll really like this foundation. It gives a really nice natural glow to the skin. I think if you're someone that doesn't have a whole lot of texture, you'll also really like this. I mean, I have used other glowy and luminizing products that have accentuated my texture way more than this. This honestly just looks a little more natural, like it doesn't cover those breakout areas or the textured areas. Like I said, I have used this foundation on my clients. I love it on all of my clients. I think it looks really beautiful. So I have played around with this foundation enough to give it my honest opinion. But for myself, I do see this as a foundation I would continue wearing, but I'm just gonna continue playing around with other products and seeing how it works with certain products, seeing if I can get it to smooth my texture a little more and work a little better with my texture. But besides that, I honestly think this is a really nice foundation. I do really want to try the matte foundation because I do think I'm gonna like that one even more. So I might do a video testing that one out and maybe comparing the two, because I think I will really like the matte one. Let me know if you have tried that one and what you think. And let me know if there are any other foundations or products that you would like to see me try out, because I'd love to do more videos like this. But that does bring us to the end of this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!